everyone. In today's video I'm going to be flicking through this essential guide to vacuum cleaners from the retailer Currys, and this is dated April 2005, and on the cover we have a Dyson DC-15 The Ball, the very first ball cleaner. So here we have a brand we don't see in the UK for vacuum cleaners anymore. We have, I think, only one Bissell vacuum cleaner, the Bissell Featherweight. Everything else is carpet washers. I think they did a cordless machine recently, but that's no longer available from Bissell, so they just concentrate in the UK on carpet cleaners. This is their Bissell lift-off, long before Shark's powered lift-away machines or even their regular lift-away machines. Bissell, I believe, were one of the first manufacturers to have this lift-off concept, where you have a separate suction pod you can remove from the machine for your above-floor jobs. I did have one of these. I'm pretty sure I had one of these from you. I certainly had a Bissell Momentum, which was quite a hefty machine, very powerful. Not very good bagless system. I'm pretty sure I had one of these, but it might have been not in the red. I can't remember. Anyway, you could get this for $179.99 back in the day. 1600 watts power, HEPA filter, all floor types, pets, weighs under 10 kilograms. Well, probably 9.9 kilograms or something. So there we go, there's a Bissell. And on the other page, we've got a welcome. Welcome. Vacuum, steam, polish, wet clean. At Currys, we understand that everyone has different cleaning needs. That's why we stock an exciting and diverse range of cleaners. This guide has been produced to help you make a decision on what cleaner will best suit you and your cleaning needs. We are always looking to improve our guide prices. Please see in store for our latest prices. And there we have three cleaners, examples of three different types of cleaners. The Hoover Pure Power there, the Dust Manager Pure Power. We have a Miele Cat and Dog, and the Vax 6131. On the next two pages we're introduced to Dyson The Ball, twists and turns like no other vacuum. So we have the DC-15 All Floors, DC-15 Allergy, and DC-15 Animal. I still have a DC-15 Animal at the time of filming this video. And then we've got a jargon buster on this side with key considerations. So it's telling you about bagged and bagless, filter type, motor power, air watts, weight, all floor types, suitable for homes with pets. And then it's asking you some questions about choosing your vacuum. What type of flooring do you have? Do you have pets? Are there allergy sufferers in your home? Do you have stairs? Is storage an issue? So you need to answer all these questions before choosing your next vacuum cleaner. More Dyson, a double page spread for you Dyson fanboys and girls. So this is the era of the DC-03, the DC-07, DC-14, and of course the DC-14 Animal there, probably one of the most popular uprights that Dyson produced at the time. And then all these cylinder models, the DC-11 Telescope Origin and the DC-08 machines as well, right up to the DC-08 Telescope Animal. Now we're on to the most famous brand in home cleaning. Well, it used to be anyway, Hoover Generation Future. I think by the time this brochure was produced, I would say all these cleaners were made in China. So yeah, we are seeing the death of Hoover as we knew it, as I knew it growing up. No longer do we have UK made machines, some made in France, some made in the USA, but a lot of the machines sold in the UK from Hoover were made in the UK. Now of course Hoover is Chinese owned and everything is made in China. So we still have the Dust Manager / Pure Power. So obviously it's basically a Pure Power design but with the dust box. I think this is the earlier dust box version, and I've shown you one of these on my channel, at least one. I don't know if it was this one, but I have shown you some dust managers, both with the traditional old-fashioned dust box, the porous dust box, which I think these have, They upgraded it later to have a sort of cyclonic action, which was better, I think, than the dust box. Yes, it does have the dust manager, a perfect way to manage dust. The perfect answer for quick and hygienic dust disposal, I don't think so, can be emptied easily. A simple to remove dust container, washed, and when dried, refitted in seconds. I think you could put that in your dishwasher. And here we have a selection of other Hoover cleaners, including the Telios with 1700 watts, 315 air watts according to that. Then the Hoover Sprint, 220 air watts, 1600 watt motor. And then we have the Hoover FreeJet. I used to have one of those. I'm pretty sure I don't have it. I have a similar one that has tools, but yeah, I used to have that one, the FreeJet, cordless, an earlier cordless cleaner from Hoover. And then the dust manager, which based on the sensory machine, but with the dust box. It'll be the permanent sort of dust box that the dust manager uprights had, I think, at this stage. And again, I think they did a cyclonic version later on. And the sensory was one of the last cleaners to be produced in the UK, as far as I know. But I'm pretty sure by this stage, 2005, that was made in China. On this double page spread, we have Vax, obviously owned by a Hong Kong-based company now, and LG Life's Good. So pretty basic machines here, although look at the prices, £150 for a bagless Vax. That seems a lot of money for 2005. So here we have a very basic Vax Swift with 140 air watts, 1500 watt motor, and then this 1700 watt Pets Turbo Force. Doesn't actually give the air watts on that one. And then this is exclusive to Currys. This is a Vax Sorrento. Is that 200 air watts? 2000 watts for 200 air watts, not very efficient. And then we've got a bagless Vax, and that is the Swift Cylinder, 200 air watts, again 1800 watt motor. And then on this side we've got some LG. I did have an LG Psy-King long before I was on YouTube. It might have been this model. I'm sure it had a remote control handle, and it had the Sani Punch nozzle. It wasn't this one though. This is the Sani Punch, which basically it used to punch dust mites on the nose and stun them so they lost grip of whatever they were clinging to, and it would be sucked into the machine. So this one has 330 air watts for 1600 watts, and this is another Psy-King, 270 air watts, 1500 watt. And this one, another Psy-King with a permanent HEPA filter, 350 air watts for 1700 watt power. And then this model here, which is bagless, 420 air watts, 2000 watts. We don't see high wattage. Its maximum now you can get in the EU and UK is 900 watts, but most manufacturers sort of keep it to about 890 watts. So yeah, this is pre-EU regulations. We've got various brands on this next double page spread, including, of course, the famous Henry. This is $93.95. Numatic Henry. He's bagged, 1000 watts. And basically looks very similar. We've still got the stuck-on face. It's not the printed 3D face on this version. And look at that floor nozzle. Bit different. I expect that was a bit better made than the ones we can get now. Here's a Bosch bagged 320 air watts, 1700 watt motor, Terosa, I think that is. Yeah, very unusual. Oh, we've got a Miele there. That's a basic Miele. Not bad. 129.99 for 1800 watt bagged machine. And then we've got the cat and dog. I've still got one like that. I think it's probably that model. We use it for cleaning out the car. I think it belongs to my partner, but that's the cat and dog. And then that's the Solution HEPA TT, 219.99 for the possibly the top model. Well, the top model that doesn't have an electric power head. They would have been producing, I think, in 2005. They would have had an electric power head version. The Revolution, I expect it was back then. Onto this side, we've got Goodman's, very basic, 1999, 1200 watts, 4-stage filter. So yeah, 20 quid for a vacuum cleaner. Then we have a Kenwood, more known for their Kenwood chef mixers and kitchen appliances. We have a 1400 watt Kenwood bagged cleaner. I quite like the look of this Samsung here. That's bagless. Oh dear, looks bagged, but it's bagless. 360 air watts with an 1800 watt motor. And at the bottom here, which we'll see later on in this brochure, I'm sure, that is a Hoover Octopus. Here we have a page of Morphy Richards vacuum cleaners. They are still going. You can still buy Morphy Richards branded machines, but I expect they're owned by a different company. All made in China, I suspect. Out of these two, I think I would have gone for the bagged version here at $58.95. So that has, it doesn't give the air watts, that's surprising. It doesn't show you the air watts on the bagged version, but it says 190 air watts for the bagless version. And that's 1500 watt and that's 1600 watts. And then we have a Morphy Richards pod, 1500 watts for that small little machine, again bagless. And then we have the Morphy Richards pod upright, £40, $39.95, and then a Morphy Richards Pro Sweeper at $29.99. Here we have a section on what Currys call specialist vacuum cleaners. Did you know a neglected carpet can contain up to 4 times its own weight in dirt? And it's giving you reasons for cleaning your carpets, showing the Vax 6131. And here we have a Bissell upright carpet washer, much easier to use, I think, than this type, and more effective in my experience. Here are the two most popular brands in the UK, I would say, for carpet washers, Bissell and Vax. So I'm sure I had something like that back in the day, a Bissell quick wash. Might have had it in a green colour. Don't know if I've shown that on the channel. It was a while ago. I think I bought it for my mum to use. Very basic, very lightweight upright carpet washer. I think it was like a dirty fan cleaner, can you believe it? So the water actually passed through a fan, just like the dirt and air passes through like a fan on a Hoover Junior or Senior. Because I remember when you were picking up liquid, the motor would sort of slow down a bit until it pulled it through. So yeah, I think it was, unbelievably. I'm sure I had that machine quite a while ago, the Power Wash Deluxe, going long before I was on YouTube. And here's an all singing, all dancing one. Don't think I ever had this version. This is the Pro Heat with the built-in heater, but if you lived in a hard water area especially, they could scale up inside and then stop spraying out solution. Quite unreliable. I believe they've dropped they do still have some that say Pro Heat, but it just uses the exhaust air from the machine to keep the solution warm, but they don't actually have a physical heater. This one had a little light on when you turn the heater on. I think the heater was optional, you didn't have to have it on. But yeah, that would have been quite good. $268.95 for that machine. And then on this side we've got, still flogging this popular 6131. That kept running for many years. Obviously it's discontinued now. If you want something of this type, I would say the Henry Wash or the Numatic George is a better choice. But as I said, you can't really buy that. I still have one of those, but the last time I got it out to use it, the pump didn't work and I'd hardly used it. But I'll probably have to buy a new pump for it at some point. And then I think I had this one, the Vax V027 upright carpet washer. So that would have had revolving brushes on that, I'm sure. The hose attached. And then this one, this ran for quite a while, the Rapide. Just a basic carpet washer, but you know, £160. Quite a lot really. I'd expect nowadays you can get a basic carpet wash like that for about 100, possibly without the hose though. And on the final 2 pages we've got some handheld cleaners from Black & Decker and an advert for AOL broadband. I believe Black & Decker were the first manufacturer to produce a cordless handheld machine with their original Dustbuster. I got one of the early models back in 82, 83, I think. It was cream and brown, pretty mediocre, but I was happy with it, you know, to play around with. But yeah, pretty weak suction power. So we have some later versions here from 2005. including this one. This is the most expensive one at $49.99. 9.6 volt power, so cyclonic action. I had one of these, but I think it was green. Yeah, I think I got one for my mum just to keep on the kitchen worktop, but this has got purple accent colours, but I definitely had a green one. It was okay for doing the crumbs and things, but pretty poor for anything but hard surfaces. Then we've got the spill buster that could clean up wet and dry. And then more of a traditional sort of dust buster, well, traditional for 2005 there. And then what's the difference about that? Not really sure. Oh, it says that's the most powerful. Of course, it's the most expensive there. I thought this one was. No, this is the most expensive at £55, which 2005, £55, quite a lot for a Black & Decker dust buster. But yes, it claims to be the most powerful. 12 volt power for maximum cleaning performance. We'll have a look at this last page for anyone interested. Unlimited broadband from $17.99, or there's new platinum up to 2 Mbps, also available 2 megabytes per second. I don't know what the speed is now. I'm on full fibre, I think. I have no idea how that equates, but obviously 2005 broadband would have been pretty slow by today's standards. But yes, you can. Oh yes, you have to pick up a free CD. I think you had to load the CD into your computer, didn't you, back then? So AOL, are they still going? I'm not sure. And finally, let's turn to the last page, where we can see Hoover's flagship cylinder cleaner, the Octopus. Rather an unusual name. I did have one of these. It matched the Hoover The One in that red and white. Another pretty appalling cleaner, and I don't think the Octopus was up to much either. Again, it was bagless. £200. That's an introductory offer. Save £30, so it would have been $230. What they called it Octopus because of this extra long hose, and I've shown you that with a sensory with zoom tube. So basically it was a stretch hose housed within a see-through fixed hose, so you could use it normally. But if you want to stretch up the stairs, you would just disconnect the internal stretch hose and it would pull out, and then it would retract. You just pull a lever on the handle and it would suck the inner hose back into the outer hose, and then you'd lock it into place. But yes, I think this one also had a remote handle control. So it didn't have a mains wire. Obviously it couldn't because of the hose extending. So it was like a, I don't know if it's infrared or an RF frequency. But yeah, I did have one. I don't know why I sold it. I would love to have one again. I'm sorry I sold it, but I mean, not a very good vacuum cleaner at all. So that's a selection of vacuum cleaners and carpet washers you could buy from Curry's stores in April 2005. Don't forget to check out my playlist because there'll be 23 other leaflet videos on this channel where I'm flicking through various leaflets on vacuum cleaners and some washing machines and other appliances that will hopefully bring back some happy memories for you. So don't forget to tune in for the next video where I'll be looking through another brochure. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.